happening?
Yeah, Tony just watched some bowl action today. A little bit of a light day on the college side of things, but the pros are loading up tonight, getting ready to take some time off. We know we got those NBA Christmas games, but yeah, NHL getting ready for that extended period of time off here, like they do right now for the holidays.
Yep, a big card tonight from the NBA and NHL as we hit the holiday. We do have another bowl game ready to go in the prime time hour. Interesting when they're tonight at Missouri and Wake Forest in action. But tonight we're going to the ice tonight, 8 Eastern time, as the Predators will host the Avalanche. Avalanche favored -120, total 5.5.
Yeah, pretty good game in the Central. Colorado on a little bit of a winning streak now. If anything, maybe they've underachieved a little bit. The champs are now 18-11, so maybe they're just getting going. Nashville had high expectations, probably more than 14-13 at this point. So Nashville a little bit behind schedule, I think, considering the moves they made and the expectations that they had coming into the season. Colorado's now won three straight. They beat Montreal, they beat the Islanders, and they beat the Nashville Predators at home 3-1. It was the sixth straight win for Colorado over Nashville. They won the other game this season 5-3. That was also at home for Colorado. The other four games was that playoff sweep back in May. So the Avs, maybe they've got the number of the Predators right now with six straight victories. I looked at this price, Tony, $1.15, $1.20 now, moving up a little bit. Maybe the public sentiment starting to come in and seeing what I see here in this one, that Avalanche is a team that, of course, are defending champs and haven't really made their mark yet this season. Their offense hasn't really gotten going, but considering the fact that they kind of dominate Nashville of late, I think it looks like a bit of a cheap price here, considering the advantage and maybe the Avalanche. You know, they have Gorgiev in goal. He's won three straight. He's 14-6 with a 2.39 goals against. Pretty solid. You need to be when the offense hasn't been clicking. 924 save percentage, pretty outstanding. We have Colorado. Seventh in shots per game. Nashville 27th in shots allowed on goal per game. In Nashville, their offense struggling even more than Colorado's. They're 29th in goals per game, in Colorado just sixth in goals allowed. Now, Nashville's lost six of their last eight games overall, and they're 1-4 in their last five games against teams that are over 500. They are off a couple of wins over Edmonton and the Chicago Blackhawks. They don't win too many games. So I think Colorado, Tony, pretty good price here for me, especially a game where, this one is a pretty tough test. I mean, Nashville at home, it's not an unreasonable situation for them to be equally priced. I'm not one of those, trappy kind of guys that this looks like a cheap line, but I think some respect given to Nashville because of their talent on their roster, but maybe they've overlooked the fact that Colorado seems to have their number a bit. I really thought this game would come about a $1.40 or so, maybe even just a tad higher, and it did not. So for me, it looked like a pretty good play. Maybe could have made my premium card even, but wanted to come on here and talk a little hockey today. Haven't covered a hockey game in a while on the show. Let Mindy do that, but I've got some pretty good numbers, so just wanted to share a pick with you that probably would be a premium consideration for me today over at Tony'sPicks.com. Take the Avs on the road against the Predators at
Hey,
minus $1.20. Go ahead.
yeah, went up -120 there with Ramon here on the Avalanche -120. Yeah, we've seen a lot of low scoring here, a huge under trend here for the Avalanche with 8 unders in a row. And of course, when you look at the injury report, they're missing two centermen and two left wingers that hit that injury report. Do you think injuries really is impacting this Avalanche scoring?
Yeah, that's probably the reason why that they've haven't been able to get things going the way they would like necessarily this season. So I wouldn't necessarily be worried, right, about the Avalanche. In fact, when you remember their run last year, they were certainly steady and very good throughout the season. But as the season went along, they just kept getting stronger, and as the playoffs went along, that was the same thing too. Most of my prognostications in this game came in closer to the 5.5 that we see out there, but did have a couple that came in just over 6 goals as well. I mean, I think Colorado can certainly look to improve as they go along. I think that's probably their MO at this point, considering that's kind of how they did it last year as well. So, yeah, I think the action has also come in. The sharp action has also come in pretty much on the under in this game. I mean, the Avalanche definitely play to the under, one of the most solid under teams in the league at 9-20 to the under, and the Preds are also shade to the under this year, 6-8 to the under at home. And again, their offense has been pretty woeful. So I think in a lower scoring game, I'm going to trust a guy like Gorgiev. It should be Saros in goal. They aren't confirmed yet for Nashville, but he's definitely their number one guy. So this is one of the key games on the card tonight, on a card that, quite frankly, has several good matchups tonight. I'd say this is a highlight night for the league tonight, considering the games. And bummer that a couple of games were canceled certainly today, but still some pretty attractive action out there. I think Mindy touched on it. I mean, that's got to be one of the highlight games as well with the Devils. Even though they've been in a bit of a slump of late, they were one of those red hot teams in the Eastern Conference for several weeks as well. So the balance of power, Tony, we've talked about it on our morning Steve show. The balance of power seems to be in the East, at least early on. But over the last couple of last couple of days on the show, we've kind of pointed to how some of the West teams are really coming on, like the Avalanche, certainly teams like the Jets, the Golden Knights, and such. So I think we'll see more out west here. Some of these teams kind of perking up, and I think Colorado will be one of the teams that'll kind of rise. I mean, look, they're kind of mired towards the middle of the playoff standings, if you will, the teams that are currently inside the playoff chase, and I expect them to rise up. One other thing, Tony, I mean, I'm not one too much on playing other divisions except when you play your own division, and that's one area where Nashville has had their biggest problems is playing teams within their division. So that's something they'll have to work on, because that's going to affect you come playoff time if you're not in a good position, because those games can be so key in the playoff standings considering the format of the NHL playoffs.
Yeah, no doubt about that. We got Ramon here, Avalanche minus 120 here against the Predators. This one will have a start time here of 8 Eastern time. All right, Ramon, let's take a look over at TonySpix.com for tonight's action. Really great results here in the NHL here for Ramon. Also showing good profit from yesterday up on the board as well. Of course, tonight we have a 14-game card from the NBA. Lots of action here from the NHL as well. We do have a bowl game still kicking off here at 6:30 Eastern time. College hoops, well, you can keep an eye on that Diamond Head Classic, because there'll be 4 of those games played on Christmas Day. So there's something to pay attention to there in college hoops, because we know Creighton and DePaul won't be sharing the spotlight by themselves. There'll be 4 games from Hawaii going off on Christmas Day and headed into an NFL weekend. What do you have going over at Tony's Picks?
I'm in action over there on the Diamond Head Classic in the opener today as part of a 3-pack in college basketball. Iona and Seattle U going to be going off here in about 1 hour from now. There's also a game at the top of the hour on the extra board in that 3-pack. So if you're looking to get involved, if you're off for the holidays, you want to get some early action, we've got not only that football game that just went off, but also an early college basketball card today, if you will, late afternoon. For those of you in the East. So Coppin State and George Mason are going to tip off here at the top of the hour. So grab a 3-pack from me for $30 over at Tony'sPicks.com in college basketball. That'll give you 3 games right now within a 90-minute window of starts, Tony. That'll give you something to do here if you're done with your Christmas shopping and you got in wrapping gifts and you're looking for some action, just don't want one football game. I mean, we're about ready to roll on some holiday action here, and that's always my favorite time to get rolling. So 3-pack in college basketball up right now over at Tony's Picks. Also 3-pack in the NBA, and I swept the board last night over in the NBA, so I've got 3 games for you on the early part of the card. It's a huge card, and looking for more action possibly in the late slate, but all those games that start before 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 Pacific, I got a 3-pack of early games over at Tony'sPicks.com. And I also do have a play tonight in that Wake Forest Missouri game. So in the Independence Bowl, that's my $15 discount. Tony's Pick special. Tony, $15. Get my Independence Bowl winner over at the site. And yeah, sweat along with Ramon if you want him in action right now on the Independence, on the game going off right now with Houston and ULL. I'm on the under in this game, and boy, they chewed up the clock so far in the first quarter, despite the fact that ULL went right down the field. They took up half the first quarter on their scoring drive, so feeling pretty decent about that game as they go along. Houston just ended up turning the ball over on downs, or they punted anyway, and ULL's taken over. So they chewed up that clock pretty good in the first quarter, despite the fact that ULL went right down the field and scored. Took up kind of a while there. So in action tonight, there you see it, Tony. 10 plays already locked and loaded over at Tony'sPicks.com. Maybe some more coming along as well, because coming off a pretty good day yesterday. I want to keep the winning going. Got to pay for some of these gifts, so why not? Get on board with us. Use that promo code TonyT at checkout. Save 20%. And you're going to be busy, right? Pick up my 3-day pass. That'll cover you through a bit of the holidays, maybe even the 7-day. Get all the way through Christmas, Monday Night Football, and all the bowls coming up over the next couple of days. And grab that weekly pass for $149 over there at Tony'sPicks.com. Use that promo code TonyT at checkout. That'll save you some money as well. So appreciate it, Tony. Have a great holiday, and thanks a lot. Should be an exciting night, and looking forward to Christmas. Why not? 3 football games. We got the NBA. You mentioned a few college basketball, and how about that big game? I know we're going to be missing Jalen Hurts, but you can't deny that Philadelphia and Dallas right now might be the NFL game of the season so far, maybe the biggest game of the season, and it's on Christmas. So that sounds pretty awesome. Christmas Eve, but on that big card, pretty awesome.
Yeah, pretty awesome indeed. Get on board. Ramon Scott over at Tony's Picks. NBA early evening Friday 3-pack come off a good day from the NBA yesterday. Also in action with a 3-pack here from the NHL. Also late afternoon 3-pack college hoops. The best bet up there from college football right now here from Ramon Scott. So go ahead and get on board with Ramon over at Tony's Picks. He mentioned also the long-term passes. Instead of buying these plays individually, you may consider that, as we talked about here, a 7-day or even the 3-day pass, because there's a lot of action going on here for these 3 days. When you get that 3-day pass, remember, the NFL, there are 11 games on Saturday. Okay, so 11 games Saturday, 3 games on Sunday here from the NFL. We'll also include all the NBA here for you on Christmas Day, as well as college hoops. We got the Creighton DePaul game, and also 4 games from Hawaii from the Diamond Head Classic going off on Christmas Day. So there's 5 games from college hoops. We've got the NFL, 3 NFL games up there, the 5 NBA, so there'll be a lot of action on Christmas Day. So that 3-day All Sports Pass is a great value right now. Get on board with Ramon. Use that promo code TonyT at checkout. You'll save 20% off. Of course, when you use that promo code, the TonyT at checkout, so don't forget to use it. You can access Ramon's page by clicking the link you see in the description. Click the All Cappers tab, and then you will land right on Ramon's page, and you'll be able to find his 1-day passes that we talked about there in the orange. And in the yellow are the longer-term passes, and you'll find the 3-day pass. You want to try them out for the full month, go for that too as well. That'll cover the first 2 weeks of the playoffs, wild card weekend into the divisional round there in the NFL, and of course the final weeks of the regular season, as well as Ramon's remainder of bowl games and the playoffs. So lots going on here, and of course all the sports he handicaps like the college basketball, NBA, hockey, and of course when we get into the new year, UFC comes back, so that'll also be part of that as Ramon's in action there with the UFC on those UFC Saturdays. Once in a while, you'll get some Bellator action from him as well. So it's an all sports pass, so that means all sports that he puts in the system. And if he puts any late steam in, those late steam plays are emailed to you. Late steam are plays that are entered in the system between 10 minutes and 2 hours before game time. All right, Ramon, we also put together a Twitter account for you. Just the Picks at Tony's Picks, Ramon. Hope to get those videos up there soon. We got to get these. We got to get these moved to blue so we can get these videos uploaded. Mine's on blue now, so everyone should be on blue. We're working to get that done. We got your account at Tony's Picks, Ramon. Of course, we talked about the morning steam show, holiday break, but you're back at it on Monday.
Yeah, I got a pick for you right now on Tony's Picks Ramon is going to come to you tonight. Go over to the website and grab a winner tonight on social media over there. Got one pick for you locked and loaded. It's going to come to you in the NHL between Winnipeg and Washington. There's another team I didn't mention out west, the Winnipeg Jets, that looking pretty decent. They might be one of the surprise teams right now in the league, considering their record and their standing. So see what I got over there, Winnipeg and Washington tonight at Tony's Picks Ramon. Shout out to Tony, to our morning steam viewers. I know a lot of them come on here and watch as well. So just want everybody to have a safe and happy holiday with their friends and family. And yeah, we'll be back at it on Monday after we're done with our Christmas and come back on and preview the show, preview the games for Monday and a few more games possibly as well. Mindy and I join you at 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 a.m. Pacific, 8 Central. Can't forget about Mindy's time zone and respect her time and effort that she's put in. I've thanked her already on the end of the show for her contribution and being a content partner of mine. I mean, it's really been something that I was hoping to do, and when you gave me the opportunity to be on the channel with our own show, the first thing I thought of was, Mindy is someone like me who tried, I don't want to say unsuccessfully, but you know, being given the opportunity to be on such a large platform like YouTube, Tony, with all of your followers, it's just very, very hard and difficult if you can't gain traction, really, with just going up there, turning on your camera and previewing games. Doesn't mean the quality's not there, but it's just so hard. It's taken you, Tony, over 10 years to build up just this following. So getting this opportunity has just been a total blessing, and we've made the most of it. I know Mindy realized that right away, and I asked her. I said, "Hey, this is what I want. I want, talking head style show similar to what you see, on TV, but with gambling and previewing the games. It's just been terrific, and to get the type of audience that we have with the full participation now. It's only been what 3.5, 4 months of doing the show, and yeah, we're building up that live audience. The replays are going up, just like the type of growth that you see. So I think we're doing something right over there, and to get the contributions from people who are, quite frankly, just like Mindy and I, just talking games, picking games, right? I mean, there's nothing, well, I don't want to say nothing special about us, but the people in the chat, they're just as special. They're doing their own handicapping, putting their picks in, or flashing them on the screen. Remember, when you come in on the show with your comments, not only do your comments go on the screen, it's not a huge deal, but remember all of the previews that we make each and every game, some days upwards of 2 or 3 dozen per game, are chopped up on the Tony's Picks YouTube site, and are separate games where if someone randomly types in, they're looking for a preview of a game, or they're even a subscriber to the channel and pick the preview that we've put together on the game, your comments are seen by a couple more hundred people, usually, because those games are often viewed separately. Nobody's going and probably watching the show and then going back and viewing it again. Sure, you might have missed one, and so you go back and see what we said or what the chat said about the game. But really, you're probably getting, we look at it as we're getting now 300, 350, 400 views on that show individually, and the individual game videos are also getting, 200, 250, 300 views. So when you come into our show and make a pick, your picks are getting seen by, more than 500, 600, even 700 people on an individual game basis. And that's just awesome. You can put your name on there, your handle, and stuff like that. So there's no reason why anybody couldn't do what we're doing as well. But we're just thankful to get the opportunity to do it on your channel, quite frankly, Tony. And we work hard on getting the show together and trying to make it as good as possible, because we know that our audience is growing and it translates into the sales. That's what we're here to do. I mean, people give us a hard time, of course. We try to, tout a little bit, promo our premium picks, but that's really what we're doing. We're selling picks over at Tony'sPicks.com, and that's our most important thing that we do. But we give out, like you said, a ton of free picks over there. So there's no other way, Tony, right, to really judge the quality of the capper by giving out numbers and numbers of free picks. Of course, there's only going to be a handful of picks that really are our top selections, the one that you're really going to go to the window and put down. A lot of people say, "Oh, that's the same every game." I don't think you can really necessarily do that. You got to know what your strengths are or what games you feel most confident in. There's nothing wrong with playing volume on a bunch of games as well, because, like I said, sometimes you're putting games and teams into beta. You feel kind of good about the game. That's kind of like what the video plays are. Hey, we feel good about this game or whatever. This game didn't quite make my premium. Feels pretty strong. Talking about the Colorado Nashville game, still could go to the window with a nice little play, but it's not a premium play like I'm going to sell for money over on the site where you got to not only cover the big, but cover the purchase price. Let's be honest. We're not here trying to fool anybody. That's the way it is. That's what it is when you're dealing, with a professional paid handicapper. So you got to incorporate that, and that's often, belittled by people who really don't understand the concept of paying a handicapper for picks. People are busy in their lives, Tony. They don't really have the time necessary to really dig deep. Oh, they could like a team, like a game, and bet big. But when you're really going for it and trying to make, some money, for the holidays, for the week, whatever, that's what we do the work for you. I sit here in front of several monitors and TVs and games all day. That's my job. It doesn't sound sad. It's fun. It's what I like to do. So that's what we do over at Tony'sPicks.com. Thank you to everyone for watching the Morning Steam Show with Mindy and I. We're going to keep doing it.
That's right. I'm very proud of the contributions, Ramon and Minnie. Great work on that morning's team. Of course, we have a little something for everyone here on our channel. Now, we have the short form videos. If you just want the picks, we'll chop them up and we'll give them to you quickly. Or if you like the longer form version, you find a little bit more color, a little bit more personality, get to find a little bit more about the handicappers and the personalities who are giving out the picks in this long form. So there's a little bit of something for everybody. I know sometimes, well, I just want the picks. We can just get the picks. Just go do the search and you'll see we got them condensed there, just the plays for you. The way my format is just the picks. That format that was very popular when I started that maybe years ago. A lot of people do it now. They have their little rundowns where they kind of do what I do, but I don't really post too much about that. But everybody's seen my work since 2006, so up on YouTube, so you guys know. But again, appreciate all the contributions from Ramon and Mindy. Professional, friendly, courteous. They do a great job of building up the community here with the interaction with the chat. So you feel comfortable when you're able to type in something in the chat room because you're going to get a courteous response. You'll be respected, and that's really what they've done a great job of building up this community. We hope to have some really good things for the communities as we move forward here into 2023 because we have a lot of stuff working in behind the scenes here, behind the curtain, and of course we're grateful for everyone's contributions, from our handicappers to our personalities that are on our network, as well as the audience out there as well. So it's been a great year here for all of us here, but still a lot to do, Ramon. Still a lot of games to handicap. And have yourself a great holiday. Appreciate all your work, and we'll talk with you again on Monday.
Yep, have a great Christmas, Tony, and really appreciate it. Also, just shout out to you, man. I know we didn't really, this is my time. This is the moment where I thank you for this great year of contributing to your channel. It's really been an honor, and just so happy to have gotten together with you and the GM and been a part of this. So it's really something that I've been striving for as someone who goes way back, Tony, like you kind of. I mean, I'm old enough that, I was calling out picks and stats on 900 numbers back in the day, on my own service, and doing a weekly newsletter, similar to the ones you see out there, the famous newsletters and all that. So we're in this age and generation of technology, and I was trying to do this type of thing.
You're a score phone guy like Joe Duffy.
That's right. That's right. No doubt about it. Remember those? I mean, you'd call the score phone even before I had the little Motorola pager that would come, with the scores. You'd have to call the score phone. So that's how long I go back and been doing this for a long time in different intonations, if you will, of the touting business. So this has really been awesome now that technologies like this, that you can have this type of programming and all that. So just so happy to have hooked up with you guys, and you guys have been accepting of what I've been able to do. So thank you once again. Merry Christmas to you and your family, and to all of our cappers too over at Tony's Picks. Looking forward to doing more work with these guys, hopefully. And yeah, we got some things planned, more shows, and really some fun things for, I think, our followers of Tony's Picks that they're going to really like, and allow them kind of show their talents a little bit if when picking. They don't have to have a show or anything. They can just come with picks, and we'll spotlight them and acknowledge them, and we're putting something together, something like that that they can get involved with too.
Yeah, we got some ideas here. Instead of just throwing money at advertisers to drive traffic, there's some things we can do to include our community and spread the funds out a little bit. So there may be some fun things going on, guys. So make sure you tune in and subscribe, because a lot of great stuff happening here behind the scenes. And again, Ramon, is always great. Thanks for joining us. Have a great Christmas, and we'll talk with you again on Monday.
Thank you again, Tony.
You got it, Ramon Scott here on